It was supposed to be just another morning in Japan. But what followed shocked millions. A massive 8.7 magnitude earthquake struck off the coast of Kamchatka, Russia, shaking the Pacific and triggering a tsunami, warning across Japanese coastal regions. Japan's meteorological agency didn't waste time. Sirens wailed, emergency alerts were sent out, and over 1.9 million people were ordered to evacuate. Towns near the Pacific coast were told to move to higher ground immediately. The earthquake's tremors were felt as far as northern Hokkaido and down to Chiba. Coastal communities braced for the worst. While the initial waves that hit were around 40 to 50 centimeters, some areas reported water surges over 1 meter. Authorities warned that more waves could follow, and they might be bigger. Nuclear plants like Fukushima were placed on alert. Evacuation centers filled up fast as residents left their homes in panic. Unsure of what's to come, Japan, a country well trained for disasters, was once again tested by the raw power of nature. This is not the first time Japan has faced the threat of a tsunami, but every time it happens, the fear feels brand new. Memories of the 2011 disaster came rushing back, the wave that changed everything. This time, Japan's early warning system, known as J-Alert, blared across the country. It gave people minutes, maybe seconds, to act. Some grabbed their families and ran. Others rushed to higher ground, leaving behind homes and shops. Public transportation in affected areas came to a halt. High-speed trains were suspended. Along the eastern coastline, schools and offices were shut down. Local news stations broadcast emergency instructions nonstop. Drones captured images of empty towns, coastal roads blocked, and shelters quickly filling up. Volunteers began distributing water and blankets. For many, the fear wasn't just the wave. It was not knowing how bad it could get. Japan had prepared for this moment, but no one is ever truly ready for the sea to rise. As the waves began to reach the Japanese coastline, the tension was unbearable. News footage showed families holding hands in shelters, elderly citizens wrapped in blankets, and rescue workers monitoring the sea. In some areas, the water reached the roads, swallowing coastlines slowly but steadily. Local officials warned residents not to return home. Even if the water seemed to recede, the danger was not over. Secondary waves could strike hours later, often more powerful than the first. Across the world, countries like the Philippines, Taiwan, and the U.S. state of Hawaii issued their own tsunami watches. The ocean had been disturbed on a massive scale, and its ripple effect was global. This was more than just Japan's emergency. This was a Pacific-wide alert. Scientists said the earthquake in Kamchatka was among the strongest in years. But what scared people most was not the numbers. It was the unknown. Will a bigger wave come next? Will it strike in the middle of the night? Everyone waited, watched, prayed. Japan's government acted fast. Prime Minister Fumio Kishida called for an emergency cabinet meeting, activating national disaster response protocols. The Japan Meteorological Agency remained on high alert, issuing updates every hour. Coastal prefectures like Iwate, Miyagi, and Fukushima coordinated with local fire departments and police to ensure shelters had food, water, and medical supplies. Experts warned the public not to approach the shore to take pictures or videos. The sea could pull back and return without warning. In Fukushima, special teams were deployed to monitor the nuclear plant, ensuring no leaks or damage occurred. Social media became a lifeline. People shared evacuation routes, safe locations, and live updates. But misinformation also spread, forcing authorities to remind everyone to rely only on official channels. Meanwhile, Japan's early warning system, praised as one of the best in the world, continued saving lives, giving communities those precious minutes to flee before the water arrived. Though the waves weren't yet catastrophic, the threat remained real. No one could relax. Outside of Japan, the world braced itself. Tsunami alerts echoed across the Pacific, in Guam, the Philippines, Alaska, even Chile. In Hawaii, authorities urged residents to stay off beaches, and boats were ordered back to port. Airlines began rerouting flights away from affected zones. News networks from CNN to Al Jazeera broke into live coverage, tracking the tsunami's potential path. Scientists at international seismic monitoring centers analyzed the quake's depth, its impact on tectonic plates, and how the ocean might respond. They warned that aftershocks were likely, and in some cases, an aftershock could be nearly as powerful as the original quake. While some areas saw only small waves, others were told to remain alert for 24 hours. The sea was unstable. In Malaysia and Indonesia, coastal authorities reminded communities about evacuation protocols. It was a moment that reminded everyone just how connected we are and how vulnerable we become when nature moves. Japan's readiness may have prevented tragedy this time, but the region remained on edge. The ocean hadn't calmed yet. In the end, the sea retreated, but the fear lingered. For many in Japan, that early morning siren wasn't just a warning about waves. It was a reminder of how quickly life can change, how fragile our cities are when the earth shifts beneath us, and how much we still don't understand about the forces of nature. In shelters across the country, strangers became family. People offered food, comfort, and prayers. Even in the face of uncertainty, the Japanese people stood with calm, with discipline, and with hope. Around the world, others watched and remembered 2011, hoping that this time, the waves would spare them. This story isn't just about Japan. It's about all of us, how we prepare, how we respond, and how we come together again and again. Every time the earth reminds us who's in control, nature may strike without warning, but humanity has the power to stand united, even against the sea.